Scottish Labour's constant infighting will cost them the Holyrood elections and any chance to hold the SNP government to account, according to a former MP. Paul Sweeney hit out at the relentlessly malicious briefings and leaks being targeted at leader Richard Leonard, and said his party must refocus and come together for the sake of the Scottish electorate. He also said that unless politicians as a whole can find a way past the question of Scottish independence, there is little opportunity to improve domestic policy and challenge the government effectively on its performance around issues such as health and education. Sweeney, who lost his seat as Glasgow North MP to the SNP's McLaughlin last year, told the Herald on Sunday, "I find it extraordinary that there isn't an effective opposition in Holyrood, which could have wiped the floor with the SNP by now. We need to get back onto the domestic agenda. There are a litany of issues, around health, education, justice. The SNP bad response is not cutting any ice the way it used to. People are now seeing that things are not good." In Glasgow, the change to the integrated grant funds means there are loads of organisations which are about to just get starved of funding. The homelessness crisis also, the state has an obligation to provide housing, but there must be more robust sanctions. Why are there no criminal sanctions for letting people die on the street? What about corporate manslaughter? That crisis is not being addressed. The hospital mismanagement, the capital investment into the kids' hospital, Jean Freeman should have resigned by now. In any normal democracy that would have happened. Derek Mackay should be under more scrutiny over Ferguson Marine, the CalMac contracts. Humza Yousaf should be under more scrutiny after the deaths in custody scandals we have seen. But Humza has barely had any blowback on this. Sweeney's comments come after a newspaper reported last week that Leonard had suggested holding a special conference to discuss the party's view on InDive 2, which was roundly rejected by the executive at a meeting last Saturday. The details of the proposals were said to be over-exaggerated by party sources, while others said the leaks were by a group of people attempting to unseat Richard Leonard, and have been for a long time. Sweeney said Scottish Labour's problems are not structural and added that a change in the Scottish leadership would not be the solution to the decline in support for the party in the past 5 years. He explained, "My reading of it is not a structural issue. It's not that difficult, with a change in UK Labour leadership and if we ran a campaign that captured energy. I don't think it's a situation where we're locked out of winning seats in Scotland. A lot of Scottish Labour's fate will be dependent. For more on this story, visit the news article link.